Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day, the fantastic Thursday, and the March 17th. Good to be back and talk to you all. Today marks the St. Patrick's Day, so drink responsibly. See, I'm also wearing a green shirt, so it's a custom to wear a green and a drink, a green beer, eating a green pizza. It's all that. St. Patrick's story begins as a young man in the 5th century when, at the age of 16, he was kidnapped from the British home by Irish raiders and taken as a slave to Gaelic Ireland. While captive in Ireland, working as a shepherd, Patrick found a God who instructed him to escape to the Irish coast where a ship would be waiting to ferry him home. What happened next is unclear. He either went straight back to his home in Britain or took a detour through France. What we do know is that he became a Catholic priest and eventually returned to Ireland, where he spent much of the rest of his life proselytizing the pagan Irishmen. That's the story of St. Patrick's Day. A lot of things is happening in America. Trump actually won almost all the primary states, and it looks like he's going to become the Republican nominee. And likewise, Mrs. Clinton swept all the seats under her belt in a primary, and she should be the Democratic nominee for the 2016 presidential race. But a lot of things is happening. This establishment is totally against the Trump, so they are adding a lot of ads, and they were all fighting against him. They don't want to nominate him, and Trump went on to say publicly that if he's not going to be nominated, there are going to be riots. Of course, the America seen the riots in 1968 in a Democratic convention, so I hope that's not going to return back to us. And also another interesting thing is President Obama nominated a wonderful and remarkable judge. I'm talking about Merrick Garland for a Supreme Court nominee. And he has a constitutional right to do it. Likewise, the Senate has a constitutional right not to hear President Obama's nominee. So it's going to be a lame duck session. So next 6 months, if they are not going to listen, they're not going to convene the hearing, then probably the judge post will not be fixed. But however, the new president actually can start the proceedings again. If Mrs. Clinton will become a president, hopefully, and she will not change Merrick Garland, and because she is raiding on Obama's policies, so she might go ahead with the Merrick. But I'm just worrying if, God forbid, if Trump becomes a president, oh my God, which loony bin going to be our Chief Justice, right? But anyway, so what you have to remember is today quote I want to tell you is, remember, for everything you have lost, you have gained something else. Without a dark, you would never see the stars. So that is the hope, right? Remember, for everything you have lost, you have gained something else. Without the dark, you would never see the stars. With that, I'll say everybody have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.